Welcome back to the MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show.
From Monday, September 26th to the 28th, the MSU men's golf team is going to be in Grand Haven. The Spartans are hosting the Folds of Honor Collegiate. It's an 18-team tournament at American Dunes Golf Course. And in his 12 years as the Spartans coach, Casey Lubahn has never been a part of an event like this. I want to start with this. How did this come to be?
Yeah, it's an interesting story. A friend of mine who does golf accessories, like really high-end golf accessories, head covers, things like that we sell in golf shops. He had started making some of these head covers for American Dunes, and they're so cool, and the mission of American Dunes and what you can do. So he kept showing them to me. I said, this is really neat. I got to go see American Dunes. And while we were talking, we said, wouldn't that be cool to host a big college event there? That brainstorm led to a phone call and then a quick trip to Tulsa, Oklahoma to meet with Lieutenant Colonel Dan Rooney, who is widely known in the world of golf, but basically everywhere. He's one of the most impressive people, and we were off to the races. James won the U.S. Amateur on Sunday, August 15th. On August 19th in Tulsa, we came up with this whole idea.
Are you impressed with what has transpired so far with it as you get ready for the tournament, or what has caught you off guard when it comes to planning for the tournament? Just to give people an idea of how extensive this has been.
It's a lot different. So we're hosting 4 events this year. Most teams host 1 or 0. Part of it is relationships we had. This one is much different, much more dynamic in a lot of ways. It's a partnership between the Folds of Honor, American Dunes, the Golf Coaches Association of America, which represents all golf coaches, and Michigan State. So there's a lot of people in the room, and obviously the budgets are bigger, the visibility is bigger, the teams are bigger, but also has, this is the first time I've seen in college golf, we've created an event that has a mission wider than just collegiate athletics. Really trying to bring awareness to what the Folds of Honor does for families of fallen soldiers and disabled soldiers.
Yeah, and that's the thing with it too that you mentioned, it's more than just a college golf tournament. Even on the website, if anybody just goes and plays at American Dunes, they say this is going to be one of the most influential rounds of your life because it's going to be for someone else.
When you go there, you have a special feeling, and Mr. Nicholas did such a good job redesigning the golf course, but they're using their platform of having a world-class golf course and combining that with telling the stories that they're gut-wrenching, right, and they're hard, but there's so much inspiration that comes out of it. A lot of these young people who the Folds of Honor are sending to college, they were very little when their family member was killed or disabled in action, and so every story kind of drives emotional response. So you're playing this great course in a beautiful West Michigan, and you're learning the whole time. It's really a unique experience in the world of golf. And think about when we're playing next week at 1 o'clock on the button, everybody stops and they salute if you're a military person, or your hand on your heart if you're not, and you stop the round of golf wherever you are while they play taps, and the bell goes off 13 times to remember all of America's heroes. So nothing we've ever seen in college golf.
How much are you looking forward then to your players being able to experience not only this tournament and what it means, but just to play on the course as well?
Yeah, it's obviously neat. It's the only Division I men's golf tournament in the state of Michigan this year, so that's special. It's the first time we've been able to host close to home. Our other events are in South Carolina and Florida. So to be able to kind of have a home match for the first time. A lot of our great supporters are coming over for the weekend. Coach Izzo's coming over. This is the first time we played in front of people here in a decade at least, so they're excited on a lot of levels.
The course too, how would you best describe it to people who have never played it?
Well, it went from the tightest tree-lined golf course I had ever seen in my life to wide open and sandy, dunesy. It's quite exceptional from the standpoint of they totally transformed the whole property. Demanding around the greens, you got to hit it and play. All the stuff we have to do on a great golf course, but enjoyable, right? I think the scores will be relatively low, which is fun for young people to make birdies and enjoy some things. It's going to be a new experience for all of us because they've never really hosted anything like this.
Lubahn has 5 guys who are, quote, steady heading into next week's tournament, and one of them is 5th-year senior Troy Taylor II. So far in Michigan State's young season, he is the leader of this team, and you're going to hear from him when we come back.